So yeah, Google Plus, you know, all of those, you could use all of those, but if you could make it automatic, it's the best. So you just write your article and then you share on if you use Hootsuite, you can plug all your social media accounts and then you just do the work once and it'll be spread everywhere. So you put the title, the description, the little image, and then you just say share on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, everything, and then the Hootsuite just sends it everywhere else. I believe there's a free version of Hootsuite. You can plug a couple.
You can choose, I mean, if there are certain subjects you don't want to put everywhere, you can choose that?
Yeah, well, it depends. If you have like the WordPress plugin, everything's done automatically. It's gonna be harder to stop the automatic process from happening. I'm sure you could exclude posts, but it's easier if you could just have everything posted. But yeah, if you use manually Hootsuite, like for Arts and Capital, I manually go into we use another software, and then I create that little excerpt and title and everything, and then I tell it where to go. So there's nothing automatic about it. Maybe it's better if you keep a little bit of control.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Not all posts are suitable for all.
Yeah. And then the automatic stuff, they mess up sometimes. So
yeah.
It's good to keep that. So yeah, a few tips for social media. You should follow, you should interact with influencers, grow your community, and then as we mentioned, share your new posts automatically, plug in. So if you have a CMS, I'm sure there's some kind of automatic thing that plugs in. For Hootsuite, I think there's a WordPress plugin, so you can make all those things automatic. It's obviously more work at the beginning, but then if you can make your life easier on the long term, then it's worth it. And then super important, interlink websites with your social media profile. So on your personal website, tell everyone, hey, I have this account on LinkedIn, I have this account on Twitter. So you can show everyone the world that you're super connected and you're available everywhere. And then the opposite also, if somebody finds you on Twitter or on LinkedIn, make sure that there's a link back to your website. So you have those interlinking links with you. Search engine marketing, so that's the PPC part, maybe more for that guy. So if you have a lot of money, you can buy keywords. So if he just launched a new business and he's trying to launch his idea, so that's one of the reasons he's here and to listen to me talk, not just because I'm his friend, but also because he wants to learn something. And so that might be a little bit more appropriate for you. So you need to do the keyword research, same as the content, the free organic stuff. And then once you have the keywords with a little bit of search volume, you're in a niche industry, so it's going to be a little harder for you, but find those keywords that are in your industry and then open an AdWords account. There's also Facebook ads, Twitter ads, LinkedIn ads. Facebook is a lot more friends and personal, so if you're trying to sell a $10,000 product, Facebook might not be the best. LinkedIn might be, that's where the people with money hang out a bit more. Twitter's in between, it's a weird hybrid, but it still can work. And then AdWords, the advantage is that you really are looking for someone, if you have a specific keyword and somebody's searching for one of those long tail buy red Nike shoes and you buy that keyword and that's what you're offering on the page, you're probably going to sell, it's going to work. Like you're 1 out of 10 people or 1 out of 5 is going to buy something for you because that's exactly what they're searching for. So you just need to find the right keyword, and then the landing page where the person lands needs to be what the person is looking for. So if you're selling red shoes, you better make sure there's like some nice looking red shoes on your page, and with a big CTA, a call to action, buy here or send us an email. We'll talk more after. But okay, I know you probably don't want to hear too much about the freelancing platforms, but I just thought I'd mention it.
No, we really don't.
Yeah, no, but I just wanted to mention a little something. I'll give you an example. So I've been using Upwork and freelancers for a while, not just for writers a little bit, but for developers, all like graphic designers. You can find a bit of everything. And in terms for you, it's nice to see what they're competitors of yours. Like if we look at, that's going to be hard. 2 cents per word. There's people getting paid $75 or $100 an hour. So if you can see here, this person's in India, but they're asking for $75 an hour. I'm sure a lot of you would be happy with that kind of money per hour. And she's earned $10,000 and up, 94% success. Next one is from the United States. She's earned $20,000 on Upwork. Here, $125 an hour. So don't think those freelance platforms are only for cheap little Bangladesh or Indian whatever. You have some extremely competent and very good people on those. Maybe some of you have tried it before. Maybe you have a profile. You're obviously competing against a lot of other people, so it's a different kind of world than what we were talking before. But it's interesting to see what your competitors are doing, because they are kind of your competitors. And don't think that if you go on those platforms, you have to make less money. That's not true. Just you decide on your price, and then if somebody doesn't want to pay what you're asking, well, too bad. Like, just go somewhere else. Maybe at the beginning it's worth getting paid a little bit less, so you get a couple of reviews, and people getting you working, and then if they're happy, they're going to give you a 5-star rating. Once you have a few of those, then you can start raising your prices, and those are really great profiles. So imagine this person has earned $10,000. Everybody that worked with her was happy, 100% job success. So that's pretty impressive. And she didn't start at $125 an hour. She started probably lower and then went up. So just know that it exists. Upwork is probably the biggest site. There's a few other ones like Guru and freelancer.com. And it's like spying on your competition, so you can see what they're doing. Maybe their profile is interesting. You want to grab a few ideas from the way they're talking about themselves or how they're selling themselves, and you want to use that on your own website. It's a huge group of people that are doing similar things as you, and if you have something specific, see like this Anatol guy, he's an expert in Forex writing, he's a financial writer. If you're very good with medical writing or something really specific, then you should probably try this kind of site, because there's a lot more general writers, and if you're very good at something specific, then you could probably get some contracts directly from this here. So it's really interesting. It's $60,000, getting $65 an hour, 100% job success. There's lots of Canadians. You see this person's Canadian here. Obviously a little bit more American. So just know it exists, and if you have a profile there, you're maximizing your exposure. You can get one of those backlinks back to your site, and it might be worth it. Maybe you don't like to think about it, and you're competing against people that are asking for peanuts, but just consider it. Maybe have a look at it and see if it makes sense for you or not. And then I just wanted to show you, if you're looking for a job online, that's how I found. I subscribed on Indeed for digital marketing, and every day you get job offers and things like that. If you're looking for, maybe that's something you found Art and Capital, because I know they're on Indeed. So you see here the salaries. The average salary for a writer in Montreal, according to Indeed, is $46,000. I don't know if that's based on 22 salaries. I'm not really sure if that's correct or not. But there's 173 jobs right now with the word salary with the word writer in Montreal. So there's a lot of opportunities. So if you're looking for a job, that's another way. If you don't want contracts, but something more long-term, like Andrea, I'm sure some of you also. It's also a really good platform, Indeed or some of the other ones. So, and it's easy. You get a daily alert, daily email. You just check out the ones that you're interested in. You apply, you don't, and voila. So, any questions?
I've used my website and my social media presence mostly for promoting my books.
Okay.
So I'm not really looking for writing jobs, although I get those too. I noticed that you said I don't duplicate content on your website. should you not duplicate content on your different social media platforms? I have like different Facebook page for the latest book, one Facebook page for me, one for my business.
Is it the same
would be the same
text?
thing.
It's like a summary, or as long as it's not the whole thing, and if you have like different people following you per platform.
Yeah, but what I noticed, well, I only really work on my Facebook page because I'm just too like busy and lazy to really do much on my website. And I do have my feed on my Facebook and Twitter feeds built into my website, so people think it makes me look like I'm doing more than I'm doing. It's not right. I don't think that affects my SEO of those kind of pages. But one of the Facebook accounts does get a lot more reaction, typically with the same content than others. And I'm just wondering if I'm shooting myself in the foot by putting.
No, honestly, it's good. I mean, and you probably the people that are following you on Facebook and Twitter are not the same people, so you're getting like different audiences.
So we're talking about 3 different Facebook pages.
Oh, 3 different
Yeah.
pages.
Like they're slightly different crowds that are, but
Yeah, Facebook is not that good in SEO. Like,
okay.
if you search for anything, I've rarely seen Facebook show up on the search, or like if you have a group or something specific. Maybe that's going to change, but Google and Facebook are competing against each other, so I don't think Google's going to want to open up their search page to all the Facebook posts. But it doesn't matter because Facebook is so big and so massive. They have their own ecosystem, and everybody. If somebody searches for a page, do you show like for your name? Does your name show up 3 times, like 3 different pages? Well, however, are you targeting the different?
With the different Facebook pages?
Yeah.
Not really. It's the same. Like one is for me personally, one is for specifically for a book. Like my editor would ask me to create a Facebook page specifically for a book. So
Yeah.
it's like the title of the book.
I think that makes sense. Like it's like the movies. All the movies have their own Twitter accounts or
Yeah.
Facebook pages.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt me.
All the actors have their own Facebook pages. Like
Because it's really easy to.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to use for
Yeah.
somebody for writers than.
I wouldn't worry about duplicate content. I wouldn't worry about that. And then it's probably good because you're adding extra pages. What looks really bad is if you stop working on your page for 2 years and then the last post is like from 19 something. No, sorry, 2010, let's say. That doesn't look so good. But if you're active on all those 3 sites, pages, it's probably fine.
People are having difficulty actually downloading your presentation, or there's some kind of error.
Okay.
Mind just making sure that the link is correct.
So, that works for me.
Was it .PWAC or slash? I think
Slash.
you forgot to put the S, I think, on the HTTP.
It's a
It doesn't matter. If you just put bit.ly.
Yes, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Does it work?
Is there, maybe you could send everyone the link, or send it to Andrea and she could actually send the link to everybody? If you have all the emails?
Did somebody was successful or not successful? Tell me.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
But nobody was able
No.
to open it? Or are you getting error messages? Everyone's doing something else on the phone? It's almost over, honey. I'm going well, don't worry about it. I'll send it to you. It works for you. It really should work. But don't worry about it.
We'll figure it out and I'll send it. Thank you.
So do you have to be logged in on this thing?
No, No, you don't have to be on. It's open to everyone. Anyone that has a URL should be able to. But you need internet, right? If you don't.
Oh, yes. web.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Interweb.
You should,
I think it's people being ironic. Ironic, yes.
So is everyone gonna start keyword research and like maybe write a couple articles? You know, maybe find something that has a high search volume and that you want to write about it.
So for freelance writers, basically, like, we should be targeting not just freelance writers, like that's too,
Well,
it's too generic,
I
yeah.
mean, you need a C keyword for your keyword research, so maybe writer or freelance writer, and then see what Google tells you. Like they'll give you
Yeah.
suggestions on some of the keywords related to that, and just try to find something that has you know, at least 100 or 200 search volume per month. I think most keywords have way more, so you should be okay.
Does anybody have any more questions? Or are you good?
The picture is not.
Oh, I have a question. I have a question, sorry. In terms of, I'm about to get my website up in a month or two. I'm really lazy, so like, I'm writing all day for other people, I don't know.
I know, it's hard.
So like the blog thing, which I will do, but I don't know. I know I have to do, but can I do it like to begin just once a month? And just,
Yeah.
as long as it's regular.
Once a month is better than once a year.
Yeah, because I just like, once a week,
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen.
If you stop and think about it, like as journalists, I mean, we're looking for people, we're looking for sources, and I go on somebody's website and they have a blog and they never update it.
Yeah.
There's sites that then I'm like, oh, I turn away from it. Maybe they're too busy, but it looks like they're not busy always.
Yeah.
So that's what I think of when.
If your oldest article is a month old,
website, like I've got something.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of writing 5 to start and then just posting them once a month.
Yeah, here's a
And then
tip.
you're ahead.
If you're using WordPress or a content management system, you can actually schedule them. And there's a little thing where it says publish. You'll see a little thing that it will give you a drop-down date, and you can set up. So the best thing to do is write them, if you can write them all at once, and then just set them up to publish on a regular basis. You can also, if you've been doing it for a while, like I get, you can also back publish. Nobody knows that, but like, so then it looks like it's more consistent. If I haven't written for 2 months, I'll
You
go
can
and
say
write.
you wrote it a month ago.
Yes, I'll go and write 2 articles, and then I'll publish one a month back and one a month
That's
forward.
interesting. And that would be true if you had time hooks on some of these things we're writing, you know,
Yeah.
like, yeah. Okay.
Google will know that you backposted it, but
But
But yeah, the user won't know it, it just makes you look better.
I have another question, I know that it defeats the purpose of your entire presentation, but, you know, there's so many articles written now on like writing and how-tos and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, ostensibly we could all write to promote the art of writing. I'm not interested in writing that kind of stuff, I read it all the time, so, I mean, what do I thought about something else, you know what I mean? And still getting me out there as a writer, maybe I'm interested in art history, or maybe I'm interested in sewing. You know, like, it doesn't build my thinking, but it's still gonna get my name out.
Well, if you have
About
that
writing. What?
if you have an article not about writing, but in the author box, you still have a link back to your website. That's great.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be like,
No, it doesn't have to be. But if you have an article about writing and then your website is about writing, that relevancy helps.
it's
also.
better.
So if you have something like you're selling cars and you have a link from like a movie theater
Yeah.
blog, it's gonna help not as much as if it was the same topic. But it's better than nothing. And then sometimes it's too much work that when you think about it, writing all those articles, you're just like just not even do it. So it's better to do whatever you're passionate about or writing about. Don't start something that you don't want to continue long term. So go towards a topic that you really enjoy writing about, and you can be more successful than if you try to force yourself. Don't force yourself. Like try to find something you really want to write about, or it's going to be much better. And probably you can write a better article. People are going to enjoy reading it more, and so it's definitely better.
Yeah, you're talking about what your own blog or your own site?
Yeah, I know.
Because you're a writer, and then your blog should be about, writing. I think she's talking about her own blog, or on her own website, like her own blog. Should be about writing, because she's.
Well, then if you can create a category,
Because as a writer, I mean, I should be able to write about, I should be able to demonstrate my writing skills, not talking about it. The topic doesn't have to be writing, because I'm still demonstrating that I'm a good writer by writing about other topics.
so maybe the homepage is about you and
Yes.
selling your service, and then you're like, you have a category, read my short stories, read my, and then you can write whatever you want, like as categories, but the main page would still be about selling your services. And then however, you can build whatever you want around it, like depending on your personality, what kind of writer you are. Create your own blog. It's not just a blog about writing and hiring me. It's about a blog about you and your writing and what you enjoy.
I actually have a blog that I call my portfolio site, and it's exactly that. I have an about page that's about me and why you might want to hire me. But the blogs are all, like I do, if I go to the theater, I'll write a review of a movie. I'll just write about, my father died, like all sorts of things.
Okay.
Because just what you said, they're just samples of your writing. And the other thing you can do is if you've got permission, if you do any kind of writing for somebody else and it's published on the internet, you can write a very, very short, even just a two-sentence blog, and just say, I've recently published this, and put a link to their site. So, and as long as it's okay with them, and that gives you the backlinking as well.
Okay.
And it's also promoting you because then they go directly to that site and see that whatever you've written. So don't rewrite what you've put on their site, but just a brief introduction, and I'll get to it.
Yeah.
Okay. But I do that, and I'm wondering, because I mean, just keep stuff on my website, I'm busy, and I don't actually write any prose on my website. I post whatever I'm doing. But in terms of SEO, should I be writing a little bit more? I can't put my articles on my website. I don't own them. I can only put links to them, and so I'm essentially sending people off my website, which doesn't sound like a very good idea when you think about it. Should I be trying to put more content on my own page?
Maybe if you do a little summary of what you wrote and then link to it.
I do, but how long should I do as much as possible?
It's better than not having anything on her. You need to find something to add on her website.
Like how much should I try to?
There's not a magic number, but
A couple of sentences.
That's what I
do.
The other thing there is to make sure that your link actually has the title of what you're linking to. So so you use the exact same words as the title to which you're linking to, and then just make that into a link.
For our company, I share most of the articles we share on social media are not written by Arts and Capital, but it shows that you're the expert in the industry. Even though you're sending to other websites, people still come back to your Facebook page, and it's because they want to get the latest news about whatever you're selling or talking about. So even if you send articles, if you find an article or a story that's super interesting, it's okay to share it to it. It's not just about yourself. It's about if you share with others, you're going to get benefits from that also, or share other people's stories. So it helps to be a community and to share and send some links to other people. It's totally fine.
No, I just want to comment. I have the SEO plugin, and it always says, if I'm less than 300 words, it always says, the ideal amount is 300 words, add a few words. The Yoast plugin is a really good plugin to do SEO with, because it tells you all the little things that you're supposed to do, and it just sort of reminds you as a blogger what to do with it. And the other thing that my coach told me is that if you talk about yourself in one post, make sure you have 9 other posts that talk about other people.
Oh.
Because the idea is that you're supposed to be building a community around you, and it's not just a quick ego. So it's really interesting trying to do that, because all of a sudden, and it tends to be really, really fun, because talking about someone else, like for example, I started posting all of my articles in the Suburban just as one post a week. And all of a sudden, all my articles in the Suburban are getting more coverage too, because people are seeing them from me. And so it almost, I'm using my own credibility to push their project because they're my client. But it's my articles, so that it pushes back to me anyway. So it's like, oh, wow, this trying to do 9 other people works really well. So
If you have a super interesting life, like you can talk a little bit more about yourself also. Like,
well, yeah,
if you
but also,
travel the world.
yeah, well, no, but the thing is, because I'm writing profiles about other people anyway, it's more interesting because, you know, it sort of all feeds on itself.
Variety.
Yeah, so I don't know if that makes a difference, but I mentioned.
Absolutely.
And I know with the Yoast plugin was a really good plugin, and I've also just switched to the Thrive themes. Oh my God, I love those people. They teach you how to use your website. They basically have a whole university you can go on and actually they teach you what you should do.
For free, or you have a premium thing you have to pay for?
It's a premium theme, I pay for it, but I mean,
That's
the
like
website looks
$2.
better too. So I paid for the theme, and I ended up with this whole course as well. And they're just really, it's like, so you might actually consider doing a premium theme with somebody that you like their theme with, just even if it's just for a year.
And it's usually premium themes are a little faster, they give you more functionality, they're easier to work with, and they get updated regularly versus, so I would recommend buying it. It's $50 or $60, it's usually worth it. And you get plugins with it, like visual composer to create your own
I got their
page.
whole membership thing, so I have plugins, and I have, they actually do A/B splitting on my headers, and so I'm learning how to write, because I'm a horrible type headline writer, and I also use the full schedule headline writer. It's actually, you can go and you can plug in any headline that you want, and it gives you a rating, and then you can keep writing it, like, you can write a bunch of others, and it'll tell you how to improve your heading.
Depending on keywords, or how does it know if your heading is better?
Well, it bases it on 4 things: emotional, I can't remember, but it gives it a rating, and so you have a red headline, which is really crappy and attracts no one, and then you go up and most of my headlines tend to be yellow, but then you get, if it's 70% or higher, then it's green.
Does it count the number of words too?
Yeah, it counts the number of words to make sure, and it's 2 different ways of counting the words. It's just, and it's free. And CoSchedule has some really neat, like you have to sign up to use it, and then they send you blog posts about how to do this kind of stuff better. So it's worth doing it for a while. Anyway, those are things that I just did recently, and I really liked it.
Nobody else has, well, if anybody else has questions, maybe, what